Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about the pros and cons of living in the unique neighborhood of Flatbush, Brooklyn. If you are considering calling this neighborhood home, then stick around because we have all the insight you need to decide if Flatbush, Brooklyn is the right place for you. By the end of this video, we will address all of the benefits and amazing aspects of Flatbush, as well as a few harsh realities. Diving into the pros of living in Flatbush, we will start with the most apparent one, and that is its historic charm. The neighborhood is steeped in history, with beautiful architecture in all of its areas. First a Dutch colony in 1651, Flatbush's architecture truly gives it a look of all ages. Flatbush has the nickname the City of Churches since there's a total of 68 churches, mosques, and temples built throughout the community, with the first being constructed in 1654, the well-known Dutch Reformed Church. Flatbush's suburban areas reflect later moments in history, with America's largest inventory of Victorian-style homes being built in Ditmas Park around the mid-19th to early 20th century. Every corner you turn on presents a different look into the past. Going hand in hand with history is Flatbush's cultural diversity. Flatbush is a melting pot of cultures where you will find an array of languages, traditions, and cuisines that make daily life here a cultural adventure. 46% of Flatbush residents were born elsewhere, with 30% speaking a different language at home. The population of Flatbush is 231,724 people, with 71% of people being African American, 12% Hispanic, 11% white, and 3% are Asian. With each demographic migrating to Brooklyn at different periods of time in the last century, each group has left its own cultural mark on Flatbush. The community spirit in Flatbush is strong. There are plenty of events and gatherings that provide opportunities for residents to connect and engage with their neighbors. With a rich history and diverse population, there are many non-profit and local organizations centered around helping the community and bringing people together. You can find many block parties in the summer months of Flatbush, providing the perfect opportunity to meet others in your area. Many non-profit organizations also exist to support their communities in their own way, some including helping at-risk children and providing extra educational opportunities for Flatbush's youth. Speaking of the education available for your children, Flatbush has a range of options including prestigious schools and great libraries. It is an ideal place for families looking for a quality education, with a variety of both public and private schools within the community. Flatbush is home to education all the way up to the university level, with the prestigious Brooklyn College located right off Flatbush Avenue. Flatbush is just a stone's throw away from the stunning Prospect Park. You can enjoy leisurely walks, picnics, and outdoor activities in the beautiful urban park. Despite being in the center of Brooklyn, Prospect Park is a 526-acre large, highly functional green space and is the bulk of Brooklyn's remaining indigenous forest. With a combination of trees and wetlands, Prospect Park has everything from an ice rink, a band shell, carousels, and dozens of athletic and recreational facilities. With many landmarks and top destination spots, 8 million people visit Prospect Park a year. Flatbush offers excellent access to public transportation, making it easy to commute to other parts of Brooklyn and Manhattan. The subway and buses are your reliable companions. With 2 subway lines running north and south through Flatbush, it's very easy to find a station close to you, with trains running every 2 to 5 minutes at peak hours to get where you need to go next. If you are a foodie, then look no further. Flatbush offers a diverse array of restaurants and eateries serving up flavors from all around the world. Exploring the local cuisine is a delightful adventure and a weekend activity I would recommend. Everyone who has moved to Flatbush over the years since its inception has brought the exquisite cultural taste with them. Flatbush truly has every type of food to offer, as well as a high quality standard throughout all of its eateries. In my last video, I recommended 3 of its most known restaurants in my full community tour of Flatbush. I also went into more detail about its transportation system and its top attractions in Prospect Park. So if you want more information on those last 3 pros that we just talked about, you can find that information recommended at the end of today's video. The neighborhood is home to vibrant local markets where you can shop for fresh produce and unique finds. The Flatbush Market is a hidden gem for handmade crafts and international goods and has been in Flatbush for over 20 years. Just last year, the Flatbush Market had a reopening in its original location on the ground floor of a new 14-floor residential building and was renamed as Flatbush Central. Longtime vendors sell different textiles, jewelry, cosmetics, and accessories, while the food hall includes foods from all over Flatbush, including Haitian, Trinidadian, Brazilian, and Moroccan food. So far, we have covered 8 of the many pros of living in Flatbush. And to recap, we talked about its history, cultural diversity, its community engagement, educational opportunities, proximity to Prospect Park, available public transportation, its culinary delights, and Flatbush's local markets. Now, it is time to address the cons of living here. Like many parts of Brooklyn, the cost of living in Flatbush can be on the higher side. Rent and housing prices can be a significant financial challenge, especially when Brooklyn ranks as one of the most expensive places to live in the United States. The cost of living in Brooklyn is 16% higher than the New York State average and 66% higher than the national average. However, when comparing Flatbush to the rest of Brooklyn, it is actually one of the more affordable places to live. Brooklyn's average home price last month was $1.6 million, with an average rent price of $3,350 a month. If you were looking for a place in Flatbush, the average home price is about $718,000, while rents go for $2,197 a month. So although still costly, it is much more available than the average prices throughout the borough. Finding parking in Flatbush can be a real headache. Limited parking spaces and strict regulations can make car ownership a bit tricky. However, many Brooklyn households don't even own cars, with over 50% of the population using other transportation methods. To circle back to a pro we covered, Brooklyn's subway and public transportation system is so reliable that most people use a combination of buses and subways to get around. The neighborhood can get quite crowded, especially during rush hours on Flatbush Avenue. If you prefer a quieter, more suburban lifestyle, I would suggest looking to move west of Flatbush Avenue to one of Flatbush's many unique suburbs. You can choose to live in Prospect Park South, Ditmas Park, or West Midwood, each residential pocket offering a quiet getaway from the bustle of Brooklyn. If your work or daily activities require frequent trips to Manhattan, be prepared for a daily commute. With 37% of Brooklynites commuting to Manhattan, the subway can be crowded and sometimes subject to delays. From Flatbush, the commute time to Midtown is about 50 minutes. So if traveling to work for 2 hours a day doesn't sound like something that you would like, then look for another neighborhood in Brooklyn, closer to the office. There you have it, the ultimate guide to living in Flatbush, Brooklyn. It's a neighborhood with rich cultural diversity, historic charm, and plenty of amenities. Remember, choosing a place to live is all about finding the right balance that suits your lifestyle and preferences. If you think Flatbush or any other area in Brooklyn is the place for you, feel free to reach out. I would be more than happy to help you find your next home. Send me an email, shoot me a text, or just give me a call. If you found this video helpful and want to stay up to date on everything Brooklyn real estate, then please consider subscribing to my channel. There is much more informative content to come. I will be posting every week, and as always, thanks for watching.